Go live. Probably caught me saying go live. Hello, and welcome to another BTF podcast watch along here on the BTF podcast YouTube channel. Today we will be watching along with Atletico Madrid taking on Chelsea in the Champions League. This is a huge fixture. Probably Atletico Madrid. I know they've been sort of in a bit of a slump in form recently, but arguably the best team in Europe so far this season, certainly defensively. We have myself, Dan BTF, Dan Brown, whatever you want to call me, here in the studio today, and I'm also joined by John Aldino at the moment. How are you, John?
Pretty good, thanks, Dan. How you doing?
Yeah, man, all good. And we've also got Mr. Greg Hollands joining us as we speak. He's just jumping into the call now. Here we go. We can see. Hey, here he is. Greg's with us. So let's go through the Chelsea lineup first before we introduce Greg. We've got Mendy in goal, Alonso, Rudiger, Christensen, and Aspi. Midfield of Kovacic, Jorginho, Mason Mount, and then Timo Werner, Olivier Giroud, and Hudson-Odoi up front. Quite a strong bench as well. We've got Havertz, Ziyech, Pulisic back on the bench. Obviously, Tammy Abraham also there. In terms of the Madrid team, bear with me. Let me just pull up the starting lineup as we just missed it on the stream. We have obviously Luis Suarez playing up front. But yeah, the Madrid team for today is Jan Oblak in goal. Then you've got Hermoso, Felipe, and Savic across the back three. Thomas Lemar, Sol, Koke, Llorente, Correa, João Felix, and Luis Suarez leading the line. Now, Greg, you've just joined us. Hello, how are you?
All good, Dan. Good to be here. How's it going, John? You all right?
Yeah, what's happening, Greg?
Not much, mate. Not much. I've still got a little bit of pasta to go here, lads. So if you don't mind me, I'm going to keep carrying on with that.
Cool, no worries.
It's all good.
First things first, then, just before you tuck into the rest of that, what is your prediction for the game? I just need a score.
I'm going to go 2-0 Atletico.
2-0, okay. Greg got 2-0. John Aldino, what's your prediction?
I can't go against my team, so 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea.
Or
So
2-1 Chelsea or a 1-0. Sorry.
Or a 1-0.
Correct.
Wait, which one? You need to pick one.
Just pick one.
Yeah.
All right, 2-1.
2-1, okay. And I think I'm going to go with 1. I feel like it's a 1-0 to Atletico or Atleti. Mason Mount with an early booking in the game. That could be quite significant. But yeah, there we go. Our predictions are on the screen there, so people can see what we're thinking. Cool. Yeah, I just think they're defensively just so good. This Madrid team, so Chelsea will do very well to break them down in this game. John Aldino, what have you thought of Chelsea so far under Tuchel?
We feel very robotic. Nothing special.
Blimey, what is going on here?
Oh my gosh. So we're a bit shaky at the back. I think somebody passed it back to Mendy, and then
Yeah, I think Suarez nearly pipped his
it,
pocket or whatever you would say.
and then it's been kicked out of play. It almost gave me a heart attack on YouTube.
So, just to check, John Aldino, what time is your stream on at the moment? Oh, wait, I haven't got the time actually on the screen.
I haven't got a time. It's just a replay right now.
That could have so easily been a penalty. There we go.
Right. 2:20, 21, 22.
Okay, so you're literally like 1 second difference to me. And then Greg?
I'm on 2:28.
Brilliant.
29.
Perfect.
29.
So I think, yeah, we're all about the
All
same.
good. Sweet as, boys.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think
Navi.
Chelsea have been very robotic. Nothing special. We seem to get the job done. Which sounds like a Mourinho team, which is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even getting the job done, mate.
But yeah, right. I mean, we just need to create more chances and score more goals.
Mhm.
Like it's all good having all the possession and that, but if you don't do anything with it, then
Yeah.
we'll end up drawing to Southampton. So
All the gear, no idea.
all the gear, no idea. That's right.
Right, I'm just pulling up the stats here for people to see on the stream. Nice. This obviously is the new, relatively new stadium, isn't it, as well, for Madrid?
No, we're playing somewhere else, right?
Oh wait, is this? Sorry, no. Where? Yeah, what is the venue?
We're in Bucharest.
Okay, right.
Yeah, which
should have probably looked that up beforehand.
I mean, we were talking about it before. Like, I don't understand how you can play somewhere else and then in another country, bringing or continuing the virus or whatever. But money talks.
Money talks.
Yeah,
that's true. I don't know what the reasoning, the rationale was for the venues that are being used. Whether it's just that they're very central European countries, but yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure what the rationale was, but yeah, Tom made a really good point, didn't he, in the group chat about it would be unfair on certain teams if you made these games like a one leg. So if you're playing at a neutral venue and you only have to play one game to get through, it's quite unfair on a team that does have to play a home fixture and an away fixture. Golfer Tiger Woods in surgery in California hospital after suffering multiple leg injuries in a car crash. Breaking news.
Yeah, I saw that. He had to be cut out of the car, I think.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, that'd be really sad if you'd think. I mean, in golf, you get one small back injury and it can ruin your whole career. So, hopefully, this isn't the end of Tiger. Tiger Woods is probably, people talk about Tom Brady being the most famous American sportsman. It's probably Tiger Woods, to be honest. Tiger Woods is like a household name across the world.
I think including the controversies as well, for sure.
Right.
I think if you go because I don't really know much about Tom Brady, but I think he's a bit more squeaky clean than Tiger Woods. Is that right?
Yeah, Brady's, yeah.
So I think all in all, I think more people probably know Tiger Woods.
I love the ignorance in America where they think Brady is the most popular sportsman in the world and he's got the same Instagram followers as Willie had.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's 11 mil or something.
That's
quality,
Americans.
Man. It's so
That's
quality.
Americans.
Living there, people think football is the be all end all, and it's so not, man. It's so not.
Chelsea got a corner here, by the way. Yeah, no, I agree though. I saw a thing and it said, Brady's the most famous sports person in the world, followed by LeBron James, followed by Aaron Rodgers or something like that. And it's 9 out of 10 people in the UK would have probably never heard of Aaron Rodgers.
Surely more people know Phelps than Brady.
Yeah, Michael Phelps. Olympians are I think Usain Bolt is the most famous sports person in the world because it's so simple. His sport is so simple. He runs fast. That's all it is. And he's fucking great at it. He's undefeated pretty much. Set world records on the major Olympic stage. I don't think there's anyone bigger as a sports person because it's so easy to define what he does. Whereas Tom Brady, it's okay, so you understand, all of the routes that he's going, all of the work of the offensive line, all of the, leadership stuff that goes into being an NFL player. And it's the same with Messi and Ronaldo. If you actually ask someone to define exactly what it is that makes Messi and Ronaldo the best, they're probably going to say, oh, well, they got great control or something like that. But actually there's so many factors that go into being a good footballer, and there's hundreds of thousands of footballers in the world. So in order to rise above that, you need to meet so many different criteria and bring those all together to rise to the top, as well as probably have all your shit together by the time that you're like 17 to even put you on the right path. Whereas Usain Bolt is like, he runs in a straight line for 9.58 seconds and then stops for a load of photos and lives off that for the rest of his life. Like, it's easier he's more, I think, like, it's easier for Usain Bolt to be famous than it is for Tom Brady, for instance. Plus, the Olympics happen at a time in the summer when generally there's no other sport on either, which helps because you get everyone's attention. Which would get, and then the same thing would go for like Michael Phelps, Ian Thorpe, Steve Redgrave, Bradley Wiggins. Like, anyone that's had Olympic success is automatically kind of put into the upper echelons of sporting kind of history. Whereas like,
it's true.
Even someone like Suarez is probably in the 15th year of his career, and he's had an amazing career, and he's played for so many different clubs, won multiple titles, and yet no one will ever go, oh, Luis Suarez is the most famous, because they'll go Messi and Ronaldo are more famous. So yeah, football's a difficult one.
Unless you're Pele or Maradona, people don't really.
Well, I was going to throw David Beckham's name into the mix, but I think that as an example of the brand David Beckham rather than as a footballer, especially the generation growing up now watching football. I think if you go by household names, I think he's definitely up there for football.
Yeah,
but not because of football, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that was always like one of the fairly remarkable things with Beckham is that after everything else, like after all the brand and the image and the pop star lifestyle, actually at the bottom of all of that, he was still a footballer that had like the approval of Sir Alex Ferguson and Roy Keane and, all these like people that literally lived for football and football only and didn't have all the other stuff. Chelsea here on the attack. That's what was that? A back seven that we saw there? Pretty much a line across. Wait, they've got 5 in the box.
Yeah, but there's 6 on the line and 2 in front.
Yeah. But yeah, that is the incredible thing with Beckham is that he was able to do all of that stuff and still be really, really good at football. But you're right, like he wasn't known only for his football. He's probably known like equally for his football as he was his image and his marriage and stuff. Alonso with a wayward shot. Man. Oh no, it's Kovacic. No, Christensen. Blimey, they all look the same.
Christensen, wasn't it?
Yeah, Christensen.
You know what's been annoying with me in the past couple of games, yeah? When we have no ideas, one of our centre backs will take a pop shot from like 30 yards. And I'm like, dude, who the fuck are you, man? Like, we had one against Southampton. We couldn't like play our ways through, and Rudiger hits a shot from like 35 yards, and I'm just like, what are you doing? I give it to someone else and let them do the work.
Yeah, generally it is the hallmark, isn't it, of a team that's run out of ideas. Is a centre back taking a pop shot from 30 to 40 yards. There was one, I think it was at the end of the Liverpool game. Was it the Liverpool game? Trying to think what other... Let me just check. What were the other fixtures this weekend? Just gone.
Do you remember Sandro, the player that played
Sandro
for us?
For Spurs, yeah.
Absolute legend. I remember once he took just an absolute pop shot and he had an absolute rocket on him. And I think it like hit a 6-year-old girl in the face or something. just one of those clips.
I think I remember that story.
Yeah. So of course it would be Sandro. Of course it would be just absolutely firing it. Centre mid.
Okay.
I think he's still playing out in Brazil or something. He's must be like nearly 40 or something.
Sandro.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
I think he's out in Brazil doing something.
He's only 31.
Really?
And he plays. Well, actually, I don't think he's got a club at the moment. Sandro, Sandro is a Brazilian footballer who plays as a midfielder.
Just in general, for anyone.
But yeah, he played for Goiás, Goiás.
Yeah. That was it.
Last year. But yeah, it doesn't look like he's got a club anymore at the moment. John Mills says 0-0 for this game. Oh, Luis Suarez with a classic Suarez move. Thomas Lemar at the back post fails to convert that opportunity. That was classic Suarez, right? Takes out two players, Rudiger and Alonso, draws in Christensen, and then plays it to the back post. And Callum Hudson-Odoi actually there back to put enough pressure on Lemar to force him into missing a fairly clear chance there. I mean, that really should have been 1-0 to Atletico Madrid. Hudson-Odoi, I think I'm kind of glad to see him starting today because he got subbed obviously at the weekend after playing 25 minutes. I think he came on at half time and was off by about 80 minutes. Yeah, 85 minutes, something like that. But yeah, I don't know whether Tuchel. Oh, here we go. Mason Mount with a ball in. Oh, Timo Werner with a touch only Werner can make at the moment. Didn't put enough on the ball. This man just has none of the luck going for him, does he, at the moment? No confidence, no luck. The two go hand in hand, I suspect.
He does.
Great play from Mason Mount, though.
Yeah, we're gonna miss him in the second leg. Hopefully Kante's run back up and running. But then, but yeah, man, I really liked Werner when he was at Leipzig.
Sorry, say that again. I think it cut out a bit.
I really liked Werner when he was at Leipzig.
Yeah.
Like everything you could want in a striker, he showed it in the Bundesliga. But it shows how much of a confidence player he is, and he had a good game against Newcastle, even though he scored a shitty goal. But he just needs to get going again. Hopefully Tuchel can help him.
Yeah, well, I think that's been the thing. I think that's why he's still getting these performances, or he's still getting these starts, is because he is actually doing a lot in the game. The enthusiasm is there. It's just he doesn't have that cutting edge in front of goal at the moment, and I think that's what that's where the confidence is just not there. But yeah, he certainly, he's won penalties for them in key games, and he's sort of, more often than not, he's in the right area. He's just not. He just hasn't been finishing. He's getting the opportunities, he's just not finishing. So I would think Tuchel has a fairly good idea of his potential, and obviously the German thing together. There we go. Goes down in the box. Timo Werner, no penalty given. VAR, I would think, will take a look at that. But yeah, Tuchel obviously rates him because he's keeping what's he keeping, like Giroud, Abraham, Hudson-Odoi. All these players are getting a game here, a game there. Werner's starting every game. So ball in.
Yeah, he's been pretty lucky because I think Pulisic's been injured, so he's not.
Is VAR calling this over? What's going on here?
What's going on?
No, he's just saying, shut up.
Oh.
Shut up. I make the decisions. To Aspi. What happened to Aspi's hand?
I have no idea. No idea. I didn't see anything happen in the last game.
John says that he rates Hudson-Odoi, that he just needs a run of games in the team.
Yeah, he's had a run of games. Like Tuchel rates him. Even though he signed as a sub at Southampton, I think he was keeping fresh for this game. I'm pretty sure he was always going to play this game. And
Yep.
I'm not sure why he took him off. I mean, he said that, maybe because he was on his side, and he wasn't responding enough to instructions. But then you put on Hakim Ziyech, who won't do all that work. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to be running up and down. If he's not in the game, he's not going to be doing anything. So I don't really understand his rationale. But he's the manager, and that's what he wants to do. So what do you guys think about him doing that?
What, the coming on and going back off? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, what do you think about Tuchel taking off Hudson-Odoi after coming on as a sub?
Yeah, I mean, in the moment, it doesn't look good. But I'm pretty sure TT gets him firing. Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, I think in the moment, it doesn't obviously look good, and it's probably a bit embarrassing for a player, but I'm sure, it's probably explained to him straight away, look, this is the reasoning, and yeah, maybe it's just something that, like, because it's more of a taboo than anything, I would say. Like, it's just like an unwritten rule that, like, if you come off the bench, you're going to play the rest of the game. And I think these kind of more modern managers, maybe, and Tuchel would be kind of considered as quite a modern manager. Maybe, he just doesn't see it as a big deal. But yeah, I certainly think as a professional footballer, that must hurt to come on at half-time and go off. Especially, he played really well. That was the thing as well. He was actually probably Chelsea's best player in the second half against Southampton. So yeah, he must have been quite shocked. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. I don't know. What do you think, Greg?
Yeah, obviously, I didn't watch the game, so I don't know the broader context. But definitely, I don't know, because with the point of, if he was meant to start this game, then why would Tuchel not have started him last game, then taken him off at half-time? It's weird to have done bring him on and then bring him off. Yeah, I think it sends a little bit of a message out, I suppose, that he's not afraid to do it. But I don't know, it's not great. I remember Mourinho did, I think it was a game against Olympiacos in the Champions League. He brought Eric Dyer off after like 25 minutes or something. And it's a little bit of a warning shot. It's like, look, I will shake things up if I need to, that kind of thing.
Marino's
I don't know
got
how.
prior too. Marino's got prior too. So I remember he did the same thing to Villaruz.
Right. Khalid Villaruz.
Yeah, he came on against Atletico, I think. Got ripped by Ronaldinho, and Mourinho took him off.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it can be a little bit of a mentality thing, a message to the players, but also I think you have to question the manager's tactic of, okay, obviously he's bringing him off because something hasn't worked there. But as you're saying, if Hudson-Odoi was the best player on the pitch, it just doesn't make any more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if I was Hudson-Odoi, I would probably, I would be saying, what has Werner done? What has Werner done today, or what has Werner done in the last 2 or 3 games that I haven't? I know I said Werner's been doing some good stuff. Like, I would be asking that question, like, what is he doing that I'm not? But yeah, it is what it is. I say I think it's just because he probably doesn't really see it as too much of a big deal. Either that, or he sees it as a massive power move, and he's stamping his authority on the team, like you say. But Hudson-Odoi certainly seems to be. He looks happier in the team when he does play than he did, I think, under Lampard. So Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I really rate Mount at the moment. I think he is a player that he obviously like burst onto the scene, didn't he? When Frank gave him like a run of games. He'd been good at Derby the previous year on loan, I think.
Yeah.
Then he came into the Premier League and was like, a bit of a sensation. And yeah, like I think then it was like, okay, maybe he's not as good as we all think he is. But the last couple of games I've seen him, he's running Chelsea's midfield, to be honest. And I think players. Who's his main competition in that position? Chelsea here actually have a fairly decent attack. Hudson-Odoi fails to get past the
Look
second
how many
man.
they've got back on defence.
Yeah, that shows.
Mate, it's crazy. It's crazy. It is literally like fill the box with 6 people. Like that was the second man block the cross
out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a low block, right? Ronaldinho?
This is a low block.
Would that be the definition of this? Lovely technique on the shot there from Alonso. Easy work for Jan Oblak. Is the defensive formation
defined as a low block?
Yeah,
not too high. Everybody's everyone's well drilled, and that's what you get with the Simeone team.
Mm-hmm.
It shows how much emphasis he puts on his defense. I know a lot of Madrid fans don't really like his style of play because they see him as so negative, but they don't mind it because he does get the results.
Yeah.
And he embodies Atletico Madrid. Like, like he's like a monster, man. You remember when he played for Argentina, how much of a warrior he was. And then,
he's a passionate guy.
Passionate, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like one of those that he is one of the best managers in the world, but how compatible he would be with like most of the top clubs in the world is probably doesn't really. Good cross in there, and a header from Giroud is blocked. Marcus Alonso now as well has got he's sort of pushed Chilwell out of the team. But yeah, I feel like Simeone, although he is one of the best managers in the world, how many clubs could he actually manage at just based on his personality and his passion? Feel like a lot of clubs would just be like, nah, we can't really, we haven't really got the facilities for that. He probably is a perfect fit for Atletico Madrid and might be there for a long time. I mean, possibly he could take the national team job. I feel like he has to manage in Spain for me, or like a Spanish-speaking role. I don't know what his English is like, but I just think his passion is more suited to that. Maybe Italy. I think he did play for Inter Milan for.
I think he could play for Inter.
Yeah.
Sorry, manage Inter. Especially when they, when you think about some of the players that they've had, like does Vidal still play for them?
For Inter.
For Inter, yeah.
Yeah. Conte's got Vidal there, yeah.
Yeah, so like having players like Vidal in the centre mid, he'd love that, and they have a good defense too. This season, aren't they top? Aren't Inter top right now?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
they're doing well.
Yeah,
I think 4 or 5 points.
Didn't they beat AC as well on the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull up the table here. We've got Serie A. So, Greg is exactly right. Top by 4 points from AC Milan. And then Juventus are 8 points behind, but with a game in hand. So Looking like a title is heading back to Milan for the first time in a while. I would say this game has been more end to end than I expected.
Chelsea need to unlock it, don't they? A little bit. Atletico look very comfortable.
Yeah, that final pass is either. I don't think this is the problem that I've been seeing. I don't think you know what to at the end. So if they're trying to play Werner through, they don't know whether to play it as a play him in as a through ball or play it to feet. And typically they either hit the defender closest to him or they overhit it.
Yeah.
And
that's a problem, that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can have all the service you want, but
yeah. And I think if we had someone else other than Jorginho, he should be the one trying to hit through balls.
Right.
Kind of like how Fabregas used to do it for us. But he's just so... It's like he doesn't have any confidence in his own passing. He'll just always play it safe.
Jorginho?
Jorginho, he's almost like a pat statter. So, if I can just keep the ball moving, that's all that matters. But I don't know what he's being coached because he's been doing it under Sarri, under Frank.
Yeah, he had that whole thing, didn't he? When he first came to England, everyone just thought he was like Sarri's player, and when Sarri obviously left, he tried to make a big point, didn't he? That actually, I'm here to play for Chelsea. I'm not just Sarri's like henchman or whatever.
I rate that though, because a lot of players when they come to England they can just cop out. Well, he said, I'm going to try and make my name for myself here.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? I mean, he's at one of the biggest clubs in Europe, probably getting paid a shit ton of money to live in London as well. With a bunch of other Brazilian players at the time as well. So, I think you're right though. He is a bit of a stat padder kind of player in some ways, and he's obviously a good penalty taker. But I don't know what's the who else plays that position in the Premier League that you would rather have in that position?
I mean, I have Pete Conte.
Kante, yeah.
But he's just getting injured and getting older, I guess. So it's difficult to say. Ideally, I was thinking about this earlier. I was thinking maybe someone like even Thiago. If Thiago was there, trying to
so Thiago Alcantara, yeah.
Yeah, Thiago Alcantara. Yeah. If he was there, at least moving the ball forward and trying to get the ball strikers into our forward players, it might be a bit better. But
I mean that
suit Chelsea.
Yeah, because you've got Mateo Kovacic as well.
Yeah, I rate him.
Yeah, who does a similar job though, I would say, he's like a halfway house between Jorginho and Mason Mount. See now,
oh man, this is sloppy.
Yeah, he's just having a good time, Mendy.
I know. I play for Rams and now Chelsea, but it's my time now.
Yeah. Wait, did Kepa came in from Bilbao, didn't he? Is that right? He didn't play for Madrid.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Kepa's been interesting too. Played a couple games, but I think that was just to give him some airtime. I don't know if we try to move him on, but it's one of those where
who buys him?
If you pay X amount for a player, you can't just leave him on the bench because people are going to forget about him and not want to help recoup any of the money back. So he has to get some game time.
I think it's straight facts that you massively overpaid for him, and the likelihood of getting anything near that amount of money back is probably gone. Yeah, but I don't know. It's another confidence situation, isn't it? I think with Kepa as well. Chelsea does seem to zap the confidence of players. I feel like more players have lacked confidence at Chelsea than any other club in the Premier League.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through all the players, but yeah, there's been a few.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that spring to mind is obviously Torres. Lukaku was never particularly confident at Chelsea.
Shevchenko.
Yeah, Shevchenko as well. Shevchenko and Torres are like the two main ones that would come to mind.
Yeah. I think the best thing Shevchenko did was score against Tottenham. I think that was the best thing he did.
And what is that a culture at Chelsea? Or because I remember a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if it was fake or leaked or whatever, but there was that the list of fines. Did you guys see that?
Right. I saw something. I remember seeing something when Lampard first took over.
That was under Lampard, yeah.
It was, yeah, and it was leaked like around the time he left or something. So is it? Are they really super regimented? Is it from the board? Is it?
Yeah, I think it was before Christmas.
And
it was like most of that money goes back into like the community or like to charity and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But like stupid things, like if your phone vibrates during a meeting, it's like $2,000 or something, which I know is relative to what they're getting paid each week. But
yeah, it's still,
things like that make it seem really regimented.
Yeah, that might be a Lampard thing. I don't know, but it'd be interesting to know what Lampard has taken from Mourinho. Because that seems like a Mourinho thing to do too.
Well, I was listening to a podcast and they were saying that that the way they saw it was that he's taken a few things from Mourinho and none of them good. It was the sort of passing the buck at the end of the game, the arrogance, like blaming players, that kind of thing that they were seeing from him, which I don't know if you agree with. Obviously, you watch a lot more of him than I did.
Yeah, to a certain extent, I do. I mean, you're a young manager who's trying to like make it out for like your team, and you're outing players. And I'm like,
not good luck.
It's not a good look, man. It's like I don't know if you're like he's obviously had a bit against Klopp, and he's kind of like doing like the complete opposite of Klopp, which I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if it's like just what he knows. But it's a shame, man. I mean, like the whole point of getting him in was he could put around his arm around all the youngsters.
Yeah, right.
Which he did. Yeah, Mount. And then it's weird because he also did the same thing for Tomori, and then like shunned him. And there was a lot of talk about him not speaking to players for like months, which makes no sense. So I really don't understand what he was thinking. And there's no smoke without fire. But
yeah,
what can you do about that?
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Who hit that ball to Hudson-Odoi?
I would think Alonso. I'm not sure though.
Man, that's what I'm saying. That final ball is just not.
It's just not there, is it?
Not there, man. And that's
Suarez.
So we're not making the chances.
Suarez is Suarez just like stood behind the defense.
Yeah, he's just waiting for that, either a mistake or someone to get the ball to him.
He's a proper bastard footballer, isn't he?
Oh, he's he's the best bastard.
Yeah. If you're building a bastard squad, he's at the top of the list.
First guy you'd sign.
Yeah.
If Atletico win the league, I think he's the best signing. got to be the best signing of the season.
Yeah,
because that's unbelievable. If you would have thought, you know, a season and a half that he'll be playing for a Spanish club winning the league, you would have not thought about that.
for sure. For sure.
Great turn by Werner. A shot on target from Timo Werner, which is a collector's item. Great little turn there as well before the shot. Chelsea still cycling the ball here in the final third. Hudson-Odoi's hit a bit of a dead end. Jorginho has played a forward pass for the first time in 3 months, and it's gone straight out of play. Yeah, nice turn there from Werner. Looked pretty sharp. Good connection on the shot. Actually, Jan Oblak with a relatively decent save. Yeah. Good signs there, really, from Werner. That is literally the first shot I've seen him hit on target in probably about 150 minutes of football for him. So,
yeah.
Just got to do more.
That's the problem as well with him, though. Like, we can all say confidence and all of it. He misses. Like, this season, he's missed some sitters.
Yes.
Right. And that you've got to have that killer as a striker in the Premier League. You can't, those kind of chances you can't be passing up on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, so weird how like he does a turn like that and then hits the target from that angle, but when he's right in front of goal, he completely misses it. It makes no sense. No sense.
Because that shouldn't be a confidence thing of thinking consciously. That should just be a foot on the ball in the goal for a striker. Do you know what I mean? Like instinctive.
Yeah.
It's the kind of shots that you want. You just want them to fall like that. But
he also, this is going to sound weird, but he sounds like a nice guy. When I've seen him, he seems like a really nice guy. But when you hear about other strikers, like even like Jermaine Defoe and that, they have like this like grittiness about them, and that's really got them to like help them score goals.
Oh, for sure. I think you need it as a striker a little bit.
It's a good play. Werner making a great run in the middle. It's too much. Too much on that. From Mason Mount. Yeah, I agree. Is this kit meant to look like tire marks on the shirt? Are they still sponsored by Yokohama?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that must be what that is. Yeah, it's two. He's put too much on that ball, hasn't he, Mount there? Good play though. Again, most of the play there to initiate that to transition that from their own half. Oh, good ball here.
Was that good defending?
Rudiger. I think it was good. I think it was a bit of both. I think Rudiger's done well there to stay with him, and I think.
But this is the problem that we're saying though. Chelsea can knock on the door all night if they want. It only needs Suarez to get things like that, or do you know what I mean, to put it away. For life to get 10 times more difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, look again. Werner's, done something significant there. He's won a free kick. He's taken the pressure off of Chelsea. But yeah, before that, in that transition of play, before it was Werner's pass that got them into a good position. It was Werner's run that created space for Mason Mount. So there's all these little things that you can see him clearly doing. And that's what I think Tuchel and probably all of their kind of analysis guys are looking at it and going, yeah, actually Werner is a key part of if this team's going to be good. We do need him, but yeah, I guess if you don't put the ball in the net and you're a striker, unless you're like Roberto Firmino and you've got Salah and Mane banging in goals either side of you, left and right, people are going to start asking questions after a while. And I think there is a chemistry question as well at Chelsea with like which combination of players seems to work. And I think where they've got so many elite players in one team, like inevitably there's going to be people that don't get on that well together because they're directly competing for starting spots and they're all alpha males. Someone like Giroud, he'll want to be starting every game, every week. He won't want to see Tammy Abraham on that team sheet ahead of him. He'll be probably quite you'd think these guys are probably relatively judgmental of each other and critical of each other as well. If they're not playing well, and you're still not getting a chance in the team, then it is difficult. And those are all things that Lampard would have had on his plate as well as a young, relatively inexperienced manager, trying to manage all of those egos of guys that are only like max 10 years. The oldest one's probably 8 years younger than Lampard. Is Lampard even how old is Lampard? He's probably about 40.
42 maybe.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Where's Thiago today?
It's weird. It reminds me when AVB came to Chelsea and tried to just flip every table.
Mm-hmm.
And then that didn't work. And then when we got Rafa Benitez, he tried to do the same thing, but he had to realize nah, this, you're not at Liverpool anymore. You're at Chelsea. Stop thinking like you're at Liverpool and start playing certain players like Ashley Cole and John Terry. It worked out. Won the Europa. And despite our history, I think I'm not going to hate on him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Good play here from Chelsea. That looked a little bit offside maybe, but a corner earned here. Late in the half, could be one of the last actions of the half. I think there'll only be 1 minute added on in this first half. There's not really been any stoppages at all. They've been very good at that so far tonight, blocking the crosses.
Yeah.
It's very easy to be the goalkeeper with the least goals conceded and the most clean sheets when the defence around you is this good. Yeah, 1 minute added on.
So many red shirts when that ball went in.
Yeah. Every time.
Incredible, isn't it?
Bit of a melee there in the middle. Aspi fouls Koke, I think it was. And that's probably going to bring a close to this first half. Who's that referee? I have a name in my head, but I don't think it is him. I think he's a German ref, isn't he, that guy?
I recognize.
I'm going to Google.
I know his name.
Yeah, it's not that one. Bjorn Kuipers was the name I had in my head, but I know it's not him. So there we go, half-time, 0-0. Not a huge surprise. A fairly even game. We had 65% possession to Chelsea in that half, but I think they didn't. They probably weren't 65% dominant, I wouldn't say. 6 goal attempts to Chelsea, 2 for Madrid. 2 of those shots on target for Chelsea, none on target for Madrid. Who's the happier manager going in there at half time?
It's got to be Tuchel. I mean, he's been with our team for 3.5 weeks, and I know he will expect more. But playing against Atletico Madrid team, how they are this season, it's not bad to be 0-0 at halftime. We've had a few chances, not great clear-cut chances, but it's more than what they've had. And we've kept them quiet, even though we've been shaky at the back. So you can't complain there.
Yeah. Would you agree, Greg?
I was going to say Atletico. I think the game plan is working perfectly. The defending's working. I think it will just be a case now of letting Chelsea get a bit tired up front and then strike and get 1 or 2 goals maybe. I can see it happening still. Yeah, I'd say that it's all going. I'd be a bit frustrated if I was Tuchel because we've got all the creativity going on, but nothing with it. And
I think John Miller's 0-0 prediction is probably not too bad at the moment. I still think the 1-0 smash and grab towards the end for Madrid is going to be the result. If we look at the other game on tonight, the headline, it's 3-0 at half-time to Bayern Munich, but the headline is 17-year-old Jamal Musiala, has scored for Munich in the Champions League. English talent. Came through the youth academy, I think, at Chelsea. He was Chelsea under 18s, then joined Bayern when he was 16, by the looks of it. That's good to see. Very good to see. That is his. He's played some games in the Bundesliga this year. Just trying to see if he scored. He scored against Leipzig in December in the Bundesliga in a 3-3 draw. He scored. He's got 2 goals, I think, for Bayern this season. And he's also scored recently for the England under-21s. But that's good to see. 17-year-old Brit. It's strange, isn't it, now that all the young English talents seem to get their break in Germany rather than in the Premier League. Which is a shame that it's that way, but
it's yet to be seen if it helps them transfer their skills into the Premier League eventually, I suppose. I think it's great to see that. It's great to see it, really. I do think that the British media, we do like to beat down young footballers, which can sort of kill their confidence. So it's nice to see that they're actually doing well outside of that, and we're looking over the fence at them. So, it's great. It's great to see.
Yeah, I think
because you already just know, though, the problem is that you know that 17-year-old's already got a 50 million price tag on him.
Yeah.
That's the only issue, isn't it?
Being held prisoner, basically. I guess Sancho will be one of those that's a key example of whether or not playing in Germany translates into being good in the Premier League, because there haven't really been too many. I mean, Hudson-Odoi played out there. Reece Nelson, I think, is Nelson back in the Premier League, or is he still out in Germany?
Cess is out there online.
Ryan Sessegnon's at Hoffenheim, this year. There haven't been too many clear success stories yet. I mean, Jadon Sancho would be the main one. I mean, he's pretty much a lock-on for the England squad. Reece Nelson is back at Arsenal by the looks of it this year. Spent a year at Hoffenheim. Johnny Mills is actually going to join the chat. Just going to let him in. Here he is. Hello. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear you indeed. How are we doing, boys? How are we doing?
Good, man.
Good.
All good.
I told you, man. Said it in the chat, man. 0-0, man.
It's definitely going to be a 0-0. It's definitely going to be a 0-0.
Get onto your coral right now, man. Have a look and see what they are.
Actually, I'm going to put your prediction on the screen. But I bet the coral favourite is a 0-0.
Yeah, I should have done it from the jump, man. I should have done it. Always do that. Man. Anyway, how's it going?
Yeah, all good. I'll be back in a second. You guys just chat amongst yourselves.
Comfort breaks. Comfort breaks, man. That's the thing about these watch-alongs, man. Usually for an hour you can hold it, man. But I remember last week I was like, when we got to half time, I was like, I need a wee, man. I'm off.
John, have you been watching the game so far? What are your thoughts?
No, I've been in and out. I've only watched a few minutes here and there, and it just looks a bit like a 0-0. I haven't seen any of the sort of chances. and that. I'm sure they'll show some highlights shortly. I'm not sure what you lot are watching it on. I'm not going to say what I'm watching it on.
Totally legal and above board is how we're all watching it, Don.
Good. Okay, yeah. So I haven't seen any of those big chances. But I think it's looking like it's going to be a draw. These sort of games always are.
Yeah, true. John Ardino, from a Chelsea fan's perspective, how do you rate that first half? Filling in, John.
It's same as what I've seen before, but if you're not losing, it's all right. It's all good. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully, if we get a 0-0, it's a 0-0. I mean, are we the away side?
Today you are, yeah.
Today, yeah, okay. So it's interesting that they're still doing that. But yeah, I'm not complaining. As you guys have said, you can see a smash and grab for Atletico Madrid, but I can also see a smash and grab for Chelsea. If that final ball is a little bit better, then hopefully we can get someone like Hudson-Odoi getting a shot in, or even Giroud. So
I see that.
Do you reckon there's been enough chances for there to be a goal? Because boy, I might just have to put a couple of pounds on this 0-0.
The thing is, I feel like Chelsea are making all of the more of the chances and creating more. As I said during the first half, it's just they need to unlock the door rather than just keep knocking on it. But I feel like Atletico have not really shifted a gear yet, and I feel that they absolutely could any minute. As soon as they sense that Chelsea players are getting a bit more tired and a bit more lax, I feel like there could be that Panther strike in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you've seen in the first half and against Southampton, we have a mistake in us. And if the mistake goes Atletico Madrid's way, then yeah, man, they'll score.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you saw it, Mills. Like we tried to play across the back, and Suarez nicked it off Mendy, but he kicked it off. We had two players on the ball in the corner, and Suarez just gave them the weights, and then almost got in himself. So it's just
he still got it, man. He still got it.
For sure. He should have. Barcelona had done to let him go.
And they're top. They're likely to win the league this year, now, aren't they? Atletico. Barcelona are in the mud.
Yeah. They 3 points clear at the top, something like that.
I think so. They could have won 6, but they lost at the weekend, right?
I'm not sure.
Like that.
And I can't see a repeat of the PSG game under, I think, was it Emery? Was it Emery that lost that? It was 5-1 up in the first leg. Was it Emery with PSG? And then Barcelona came back in the second leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Emery.
Yeah, it was.
I can't see a repeat of that this year. They don't, no Neymar, no Suarez. Like, I can't see. I do rate. His name just literally just jumped out of my head. The French.
Griezmann.
I do rate Griezmann, but he ain't doing nothing in that second leg.
They should never have bought him, man. Like, if they would have got him a couple seasons before they did, they might have been in business. But they got him like a couple years too old. And for the system that they play, he's just not the one. Like, Barcelona are so bad with money. I mean, they bought Griezmann and they spent Dembele. And it's just like, no wonder everybody wants to leave. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I think it all goes back to that Neymar like, we don't really take in how much that Neymar transfer has changed and inflated the football market, and the way that they spent it is just insane.
Yeah. I think it's reminiscent of like when Tottenham sold Bale, and you guys didn't spend wisely either.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
It's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
So political at Barcelona. So political.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate to see, because for me anyway, I don't know about any of you boys, but I've never seen Messi live, and it is something I wanted to do. I remember before the COVID, I did say to like John and stuff like, when they come back to the UK, man, we've got to plan a trip and go see Ronaldo and go see Messi, try and get a ticket. I know they're really hard to get, and from what I'm hearing, like, well, you'd be up in the gods. But it was something I wanted to do. I've never seen him, and it looks like he's not. It's not like a quick decline. It's not Adebayor or anything like that, where it's just like get there and then you're like there. No, but he seems to be slowly. His impact on big games is slowly slowly waning. I reckon a couple more seasons, maybe 3-4 more seasons, and I wouldn't be surprised if he went back to his old club. Was it Newell Old Boys?
Newell.
That's it,
Newell Old Boys. Yeah, I can see that.
But it would be a shame. Hopefully, when they start letting fans back in, we can hopefully plan something and BTF road trip.
That'd be sick.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
The pot on the road.
Yeah.
see a bit of Messi. Yeah.
So you think he stays at Barcelona, but just a gradual decline until he fades off back to?
I think so. I mean, they need to try and build around him, but from what I'm hearing, that they've got to sell rather than buy. But they're gonna build around him. He sells all the shirts. Like, if they sell Messi, where's it coming from? It's not like Ronaldinho, because you had Messi, you had Eto'o, you had Henry. You had, do you know what I mean? Like, they had other players around. They had that Xavi and Iniesta in midfield. It's like, take Messi out and struggling.
Yeah. And they won't get money for him. They might save on his wages, but they won't actually get any money for him. He'll just go for a free, which is crazy. So
give him what he wants, man, and just keep him there. Give him a 3-year deal, and get your statue and see you later.
If what he said about his kids, like crying and that when he said he wanted to leave, and he's got to stay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see him going back to Argentina for like longer than a year or two either, because they don't like him there anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
After every tournament,
every retirement,
right? They're burning shirts.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Do you think there's anything in the City move?
Do you know what? When Pep signed that contract, I think I said it on the podcast, because it was a 2-year extension, wasn't it? Or 2-year contract. And that felt a little bit like, you're not here to rebuild, just get Messi. Do you know what I mean? 2 years is a weird sort of time period. It's a bit more short, especially everything changes so quickly in football, but 2-year contract felt a bit of a weird one. It felt, and around the time especially, it felt, all right, get Messi, and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I could say it'd be quite remarkable. But I think it would be a shame for the legacy of Messi for the last season or two to change it up, and maybe at that point not have we don't know how well he'll play in an English system, a lot more physical. It'd be a shame it'd be nicer to end it as, or what if he ever came to the Premier League, rather than see him and maybe it not live up to the expectation.
Yeah. I get that, because you bet your bottom dollar there's going to be some, I don't know, man, some slaphead centre backs who just relish.
Eric Dyer.
Yeah. Be like, yeah, man. I took Messi out, man.
Exactly.
Watch this, grandson. Like, that's me, man. Just sending him spinning. It could end badly. I mean, I still think he'll rip him a new one, but there's also that risk as well. People will target him. I mean, you've got people like Zaha that just get destroyed.
Yeah.
I can't see Messi. Obviously, I'm not saying they're on the same level. It'll just
right.
You hold the ball for too long in the Premier League like that, and you get clattered. People just come out of nowhere, sort of thing. And it's just that mentality here, isn't it?
For sure.
Yeah. It'll be horrible for people to like compare the Messi that comes now to the Ronaldo that was in the Premier League.
Right, that as well.
Then.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to be dumb. They're like, see, Messi can't hit it.
Exactly.
England. And it's like, come on, man. Are you for real?
Yeah.
But anyway, the game's back on.
Yeah, game's back on.
Any changes at halftime? Did anyone see?
I don't know who started. I did see Zhao finish.
Yeah, I didn't see the first minute either. I'll double check whether there's been any changes.
I think, is it Musa? No.
I was watching
Musa
highlights.
Dembele that went there.
Yeah, Dembele. Yeah, he was warming up, but
He was warming up, but I don't think he came on.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Musa Dembele?
Yeah, one of them Dembele's, man. The one from
Yeah. Yeah, Musa that used to play
It was
for
Musa,
Fulham.
yeah.
Yeah, he's not come on yet. No changes at halftime.
I read that he is the highest paid manager in world football.
What? Simeone?
Yeah, I heard he's on 40 bags.
I
heard that he was the second paid player second paid person in Spain behind Messi. I don't know how true that is.
Wow.
Could be. I mean, obviously Messi's going to be on a lot, but yeah, I heard that he's on 40 million a year or whatever euros a year. Yeah.
Wow.
Sort of thing. So, which is he ain't going nowhere.
No, yeah.
But to Arsenal get some of that 6 million Arteta money, nah. All good, man. I'll stay here. Yeah,
that's the thing as well, isn't it? You price him out of other clubs being able to enter that conversation.
It's true.
Like you say, who's going to Man City? Like Pep must be on something crazy, I would think.
I think it's 27 or something
right,
like that.
Okay.
I think it's 27.
Jose's on 15.
Jose's got to be a lot.
Jose's on 15. Yeah,
he's on 15.
Yeah.
That's why he whatever happens, he won't go mid-season because we won't want to pay the
good touch by
buyout.
Timo.
Was a touch.
Apparently,
once again, the second man blocks the cross. But yeah.
Is Jose on a 5-year deal?
You might have to double check. I think you might have to double check me on that. But I think he might be, yeah.
That's great work on his agent because from what I've seen, it's like a 5-year deal with no break clause.
Yeah. There's definitely no break clause.
So you have to pay his
exactly
contract. Madness.
Yeah,
and that's crazy because I don't want to be on Tottenham, and I'm sorry, but I didn't think Levy would have done something like that.
I know. I think Levy's he's romanticising the Poch rebuilt, but couldn't get us over the line. But Jose is going to be the one to get us over the line. He romanticised that, and
with no rebuild.
And it's ridiculous because it's so clear as day that it isn't the management, it's the players that are the problem.
You know, there's an argument to say that he took over a team. He took over this season after he got to the final, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so mid season, and obviously this year you're out of. Wait a minute, was you even in that competition? You wasn't even in the Champions League, were you? No, you weren't.
He played Champions. Yeah. We got knocked out by Leipzig in the round of 16, I think.
Okay, so you're out of the Champions League. You're out of the FA Cup. You've got are you in the FA Cup?
Oh, sorry. Were you mean in Jose's first season or this season?
Yeah, no. You went straight into the Europa, didn't you?
Yeah, we didn't qualify for Champions League. Yeah, we went qualified for the Europa League.
To be fair, my argument, I've just destroyed my own argument. To be fair, he does need a bit more time because really, he took over. Where did Pochettino finish? You got to the final.
October time. It was in the international break.
Yeah. So, what position did you finish?
I think we were in.
You must have been in the top 4.
No, what?
So the season that you got to the final.
I think we 4th, maybe.
Yeah. So, and then obviously Mourinho come in. Obviously, you were performing badly, and then obviously he got you into the top 6.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I would say judge. There's a lot of has he taken you backwards? You brought him in to improve you, but I don't think he's been given a chance. I mean, he came in mid-season.
Yeah.
You into Europe. No.
For sure.
I think he needs to. You have to judge him at the end of the season. At the end of the season, if he's somehow managed to get you guys into the top 4 or won the Europa League and you're back in the Champions League,
right?
I would say that's progress. You've got to a cup final. You're in the top 4.
100%.
And now you got back into the Champions League.
Yeah.
I think he does need time. I don't think it's all doom and gloom just yet.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think that while you're in the midst of it, it's difficult to see the bigger picture. But we've had a very successful transfer window with some of the players like Reguilon, Højbjerg. That's about it, to be fair. But 2 key players for us. I think that, being knocked out of the FA Cup isn't great, but I think Europa League, Jose said that he is taking that seriously. And I think tomorrow night he said that we will play a full strength team, regardless of the fact that we've got a 3-goal cushion. And I was thinking about it today, actually. I really wouldn't mind if the league's a little bit of a lost cause, which it is looking like at the moment, if we did really focus on Europa League and try and get something out of that, because it's well within the reach. I mean, Jose is a bit more of a cup manager. And yeah, I think if we can, yeah, you're absolutely right, John. There is still a lot to get out of this season for sure. But it will be this summer where we go, okay, fair enough, or right, he wasn't right.
Yeah.
We need to look at this. Nagelsmann's name's been touted around a lot on Twitter.
I think Mourinho's still an elite manager. I think I'd give him another season. It's depending on how the season ends. Go out and the round of 16, and then Man City give you a good old 6-0 like in the final, and then you finish 7th or something like that. Then yeah, man's got to go.
Right, for sure. The sad thing is that it has really divided the community, because there's a lot of people that are Jose in, there's Jose out. There's Jose out with the caveat of Carabao Cup. People saying that Carabao Cup won't be enough, but you're all of this, and it's tough to see because you just don't really want to see it with football community. But I suppose that's the nature of the beast, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Mendy's giving me a heart attack, man. This guy's his first touch.
You got an attack here though. Timo Werner in behind.
Is that Mount?
Great defender.
Again, the second man blocks the cross. Story of the night.
I think whatever I'm on, I'm like 2 seconds behind.
Yeah,
is it good defending or bad attacking?
I'm
Great
on
defending.
53.07.
Okay.
I'm 53.07 now. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, a couple seconds.
I'm a few seconds behind too.
I'm quite far forward, I think.
Yeah.
Full time.
We're all in a few seconds of each other, so yeah, we're all good. But that was a good little run by Mount, I think that was.
Yeah. He's got so much tenacity, Mount, and I think that's why he's cutting it at Chelsea, because
Who's down?
Um,
Mount. Is that Mount?
might even be Werner.
No,
it's dark hair.
Yeah, long dark.
19.
Yeah, it's
Mount.
That's Mount, yeah.
He's determined to get some time off. Instantly got booked after like 60 seconds, and now he's injured. Must be his sister's birthday back in Brazil next week. By the way, has anyone ever had pilly nuts? Are they going to be blurred?
Yeah, they're blurred. No.
These.
no.
Crazy.
Pink salt.
Correct. What's the story with them nuts?
Sprouted and slow dry premium pilly nuts.
Sponsored by Pilly Nuts.
Yeah, I know, literally pilly nut broadcast. Grown on trees in nutrient-rich soil surrounding Mount Mayan volcano, sprouted and purified.
Mount.
Yeah, Mason Mount Mayan volcano. Sprouted in purified mountain water, slow dried to preserve their delicate flavour, seasoned with Himalayan. They're really weird. Like they had. Have you ever seen? Let's just see this. Callum Hudson-Odoi
Good
shot
deflection.
deflected for just a thing. It's literally got like silicone gel inside the packet,
Let's keep them moist.
which is weird.
Moist
Well, it doesn't say silicone gel, but I'm guessing that's what it is.
That makes me feel uneasy. You get that with like mattresses and like
Yeah, literally like shoes and stuff.
Yeah,
Pairs of
yeah.
shoes.
Like, it says do not eat, right?
Yeah, it says, because I had to look at it when I got it out, because I was like, oh, they put like a little thing of salt in the pack so that I can sprinkle it over.
Oh, like the salt and shake crisps. They were quality.
And then there's a completely different one. And I was like, okay, this must be the salt. But no, both of them, 2 different types of like silicone gel or something in there.
There must be some wet nuts, boy.
Mate, they are.
Yeah, baby.
I'm not into wet nuts. Ooh,
No context, BTF.
Yeah, no context
I
video.
like my nuts dry and roasted, mate. Not wet.
Yeah, boy.
I don't like nuts in my mouth.
They're good. I would recommend these though. Good nuts.
Chili nuts.
Pilly nuts, yeah.
They look like something you see at like the Isle of a TK Maxx. You know when you're checking out.
Yes.
literally. By
Yes.
the
When
by
you're
the
queuing
tills.
up, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
In
Primark,
like some
those
rascal
bowls,
jar or something
those weird
next to like a
bowls of stuff,
big jar of jelly beans or something like that,
Yeah.
like hairbands for like 50p.
or like Bertie Bott's ever flavored beans or something like that. Harry Potter chocolate. Yeah, it does. It does very much look like that.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm just looking at this game. I just can't see where the goal's going to come from.
Suarez.
You reckon?
Yeah, I feel like Atleti still have got a gear to shift up into.
Yeah, that's the thing with them. They work so hard, and you think you'll be tiring. It's basically like preservation. They'll just explode like when.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's the most terrifying thing about any team.
They're probably the most organized team in history. Like, everyone knows what they're doing.
I've tried it.
Yeah, they defend well. Yeah, they're serious, man. Remember we played them in the semi-final, Emery. You know, Emery era. And yeah, we did look like scoring a goal, man.
Was that in the Europa?
Yeah, we got knocked out in the semi-final.
I thought you said Emery error, like ERROR, which would be a nice way to mark it. João Felix with a crazy attempt there.
It's all right, wouldn't it?
Oh, sorry, it wasn't Emery era. It was Wenger. It was Wenger's last. It was his last run. His last Euro. He finished outside the top 4 for the first time, and he thought, "I'm a Champions League manager. I'll have a go at this Europa League life." Didn't quite end well. We lost in the semi-final, and then we got to the final when the Emery era didn't really got battered by Chelsea.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Ball.
Good ball. Yeah, good ball. Back 7. Cross block.
Yeah, right.
We love hitting that over the top ball to
Whoever's out
onto
wide.
the door, yeah. Every time. But when Reece James is on, we'll play a lot on the floor between like the Aspi and like Mount. Play a lot of like 1-2s and then across from the wing.
Have you not got any buyback clauses over Tariq Lamptey, or was that just?
I don't think we have a buy.
First refusal, or
I think we have first refusal.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
I don't think you need him now, man. You got James.
Yeah. I don't think we need him either. Yeah, he's quality, Lamptey. It's funny because he played one game, like half a game against Arsenal, and then sold him. Like said, hey, look, we have this kid.
Oh,
nope. What was he gone for it? I'm a bit behind.
Oh, of course. You just knew who that was going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, he's holding his mouth. What's he done? Did he bit someone again?
Well, he got a bit of an elbow. So it wasn't him. Was it him that took the shot?
No, it wasn't him that took the shot. Did what? Oh, in the Adam's apple, maybe. But he's holding his chin.
Nah, it barely looked like he got hit at all.
With him, though, it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, that's him getting in the ref's head.
Yeah, 100%.
And then, if something else pops up with Kovacic, then it's going to be, well, he did elbow me like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. I saw, it's like crazy football moments or whatever. When he saved that.
Against Ghana, was it?
Oh, and sent them out of the
crazy. That's so crazy. I
felt celebrated in the tunnel.
Yeah, my man blast that penalty onto the crossbar.
Asamoah Gyan, wasn't it?
Asamoah Gyan,
yeah.
Awful.
He was a baller, man, but he had his big moment there, man. He messed it up.
I never forget that 2010 World Cup.
Yeah, man, crazy.
Awful, man. There's that clip that always goes on about the streaker on the pitch and the opposition defender slide tackles him, and Suarez is trying to plead to the ref to yellow card him. It's such a shit house.
Was that when that Vitali guy? Did he?
Might have been, yeah.
Vitali Z or whatever he's called. The YouTube guy.
Yeah. Jeez.
Or maybe that was in Brazil, actually. I think maybe 2014.
I think that was Brazil, where that was a chick, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Vitali's girlfriend, I think.
Yeah.
I think they both did the thing, yeah.
Yeah, maybe one of them did the Champions League final, one of them did the
World Cup.
World Cup.
Oh, man, I want to see your bum, mate.
That corner. Big opportunity then.
Just
Rudiger's had a turn in fortunes, isn't he? He was very much out the door, like 1 foot out the door with Frank. And he's had a German manager come in and now he's a starter pretty much every game. Oh, could be an interesting one here. If that's given us a foul.
Gotta be a foul.
So he
What's he signaling
failed
for? Yellow card.
Who?
Failed to clear it and then brought him down.
For the Atleti guy, I mean, he wasn't last man and he's so far in his own box, but
it wouldn't be a red for sure.
Lorente.
It's a weird little.
He doesn't even look at the ball. He just.
Yeah, he's got to take him down in that position.
He's been a good player because he's not. I think he's playing right back. And he's not a defender or right wing back. Sorry,
centre mid, isn't he?
Yeah.
What position did Tuchel play? Was he a defender? Do we know?
Not sure.
I'm not too sure. I don't really know not too much about his playing career.
Was he? He was, defender for Stuttgart or Stuttgarter Kickers and SSV Ulm, and he's been a manager since 2007 with Augsburg Zwei, which would mean what's that? 14 years ago. So he's been a manager since he was like 33. So he had a fairly he didn't have much of a senior playing career. What's happened here? I missed that.
Jorginho doing his classic shit where like he can't chase a guy, so he'll kind of like hold them back and he'll spin at the same time and bring them down.
Yeah.
There you go. There it is.
That's a classic Jorginho tackle. He did exactly the same. Vibes. He came on late in the Southampton game at the weekend and did that exact challenge, and he didn't get booked for it at the time, I think, because he'd just come on, so he had like the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, it's a very, very Jorginho action there.
Yeah. Yeah, you see that once a game.
Yeah.
Once or twice a game.
Oh, Simeone got a yellow card in the meantime. I thought a yellow card for a manager meant they had to go to the stands these days, but have I imagined that? Was that a rule at some point?
Yeah. I think that is equivalent to red card. I think yellow still stands as just a warning.
Okay.
I think it would have been equivalent to a red card. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think Wenger had it, didn't he? Or
no, man.
Yeah, because they could just literally just ask. I think they only brought in the ability to card people on the touchline or like managers and stuff. I think that only came in maybe like last year or the year before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wenger had it at Old Trafford, where he got asked to go to the stands and he went up. Obviously,
right.
You have to go all the way into the corner or something, don't you, at Old Trafford to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Wasn't he standing on top of the dugout?
Yeah, he went up on top of the dugout and there's nowhere to go.
That's quality.
Yeah, man.
It's quality.
I'm all for that, though. Carding managers, they get a bit rowdy.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder he's got to be up there, isn't he, with the most carded managers, you would think.
Who?
Simeone.
Oh, right. Bound to be.
Yeah, sure. Mourinho's had a couple, hasn't he?
Bound to, yeah. He's forever out of his technical area. You're basically taking the corner kicks for fuck's sake sometimes.
Knee slides it.
I wonder if there's there must be the same totting up procedure as well for managers, I would think.
Nah.
Because otherwise, is it not a bit pointless? Like, you just take a booking every game in that sense.
Is it a fine and more financial thing, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
managers?
you're right, actually. Probably a fine.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, have he got that into Werner's feet?
Ooh.
No, Werner's fuming about it.
I was listening to, sorry to jump in. So I was listening to something the other day, and they basically, was somebody that used to play football, and they basically said, for like a yellow card or a red card, like in amateur football we play, it's like 30 quid. It's like 30 grand.
Mm.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, for these guys.
Yeah. So it's the equivalent. Like, obviously, if we go play and make a team and get sent off, we get a £30 for a red card.
Mm.
For pros, it's like 30 grand, like in the top league.
Yeah,
shit. And who pays that? The player or the club?
Thank you, Dan.
The player.
Same question.
I'd imagine it's I'd imagine it's the league says, right, the club, your player owes this, and then the club say, right, you owe us this to pay the league.
Yeah.
Must be like that.
Yeah.
But then obviously, like, the players, I wouldn't be surprised if the players probably have to agree.
It'll be in contract, won't it? Like, I'm responsible for.
Yeah, but they might even be able to sort of challenge it, because there's a lot of instances where you could argue that, like, tactically you were put in a position where you had to take one for the team. I mean, I'm sure if it's literally the case of, like, Giroud offside, I think.
Yeah,
cheeky.
But yeah, that was a very Giroud finish.
Yeah, he's so capable, isn't he?
It looked better because Oblak died for it too.
We obviously haven't got commentary, so we're just waiting to see. It's going to depend on who touches what, isn't it?
Yeah, did it take a...
Who put the ball up in the air?
That's the thing, isn't it?
I prefer watching without commentary.
Yeah, all right, isn't it?
Yeah,
we are the commentary.
Right.
But yeah, no, I
And VAR, by the looks of it.
Yeah, sounds like it. Those seats really irritated me because there's no pattern there whatsoever.
Yeah. So,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wondered if it was like saying something in Spanish, but there is just no logic to the seats being that way.
Yeah, it's just like...
Is my bet going to go up in smoke here?
What are they going to give the goal, you reckon?
It's taking
They're
a
definitely
while.
looking... I think they're looking at who made the contact with the ball. Because I think it was Mount or Savic, maybe, or I'm not sure who the centre back was.
This referee, this is a really bizarre reference. He looks like the kind of guy that would play like Batman or Superman in one of those like disaster movie or like scary movie.
Yeah.
You know, those like really like
B-Tech Batman.
Low budget. He'd be like the guy in a Batman costume.
Bruce Dwayne.
Right.
It's taking a while, man.
God, this is a long old.
I always wonder with these ones, are they are the people in the VAR thing, are they sat here just watching a bloody shot of the referee? Or do they actually have their own camera? Do they have their own monitors? Because often you don't see the decision made until we get the replay.
Yeah.
So he's probably going, well, all I can see, mate, is at the moment is you. Can't tell you much more than that, but yeah, it must be a close one here between who as to who touched the ball to play it onto Olivier Giroud.
If that goes in, that's an away goal, man. That's
huge, isn't it?
It doesn't count if the ball gets played onto their defender.
The deflection.
Giroud, it doesn't count though, does it?
Yeah, I think the only way it would count is if it's goal. I think.
It's a goal.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it must have been. It must have.
I don't see the one. Yes. What I'm talking about. What are you guys saying?
Wow. I need to see that.
How can we?
Yeah, it's pretty shocking production to not show any of this.
Yeah, he's awful.
Is
But,
it just a Premier League thing then?
But he
maybe
was
that-
offside, no? Like it
Yeah,
must be
so
the deflection.
Yeah, I think I've got a feeling
Here we go.
whoever
Yeah.
here.
Oh, that doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah, hold on.
But that's the best goal you'll see all season.
So
Don't
wait,
worry about that. Don't worry about that. Look at that.
They're not showing enough of the. What the
Yeah.
fuck? They're just showing the goal. That we need to see the contact.
Yeah, oh,
That's sus, man. I don't
I'm gonna
like
find
that.
it.
That is
I'm gonna
sus.
find it on Reddit. Oh, here.
Roman Abramovich has got his little puppet. He's got his puppet
Oh,
Oh yeah,
masters.
so
on.
it was the defender that
Yeah.
plays the ball into Giroud, and that's why.
Oh, that's what it looked like
Ooh.
anyway.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. It was. As they showed a little replay there. he
That
almost-
number 22, I think, at the back.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's a game changer. That's a game changer.
yeah, that
is.
wipes out Greg's, mine, and John Miller's predictions. And John Aldinho sat there wishing that I let him have 1-0 or 2-1 to Chelsea.
Yeah, for sure.
Still 20. See, this is where. Okay, so if my theory is right, this is where Atleti throw it into the next gear up.
Yeah, this should be a brilliant last
20
18 minutes now.
Yeah.
The only thing is they might just they'll probably be fairly content with a 1-0 loss if it comes to it. But yeah, ideally,
Cancel it out and they. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, should have made that run there. Oh, okay.
Have they decided where the other leg is going to be?
You'd fucking hope so.
I would think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Of course.
Isn't it funny, like, even that, like, small passage of play there is, like, much more than they've done
Yeah, yeah.
Funny,
attacking
isn't it?
offensively for the entire game. Like, it's just football's such a funny game like that. It's how different a 1-0 game is to a 0-0 is astronomical. It's like a different sport.
Yeah, but I mean, look, it just shows the levels there as well. Obviously, listen, bringing it back to Arsenal, we were 1-0 down. We moved the ball as quick as they just did there through the whole game.
Yeah.
It was almost like we were like content to just only lose 1-0, sort of thing. But yeah, we didn't have that next gear that we hopefully going to see Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
John Aldinho.
Jorginho should be coming off. He's already on a yellow.
I was just about to say to you, what do you make of these substitutions?
And Ziyech. I said this before. Like, if we don't have the ball, he's not going to be interested.
Mm.
And like, he's not gonna help defend or anything. So I
Yeah,
don't
it
know
is
why he's
it is
playing.
is he bringing him on because his passing ability is very good, so he's maybe anticipating that Madrid are going to be pressing forward a bit more and there's going to be that bit of space in behind the defence, maybe, because off the top of my head I just think of Ziyech as a long ball specialist.
Yeah, this is my problem with him. Yeah, so in his debut, maybe it wasn't his debut, when he played against Burnley, he got like, if you watched him play in the game, every time he got the ball, he hit it long, and and doesn't offer anything else. Like, there might be one time where he like might nutmeg somebody, but that's not enough. And 8 times out of 10, the ball that he's put in is not good.
Yeah.
But everyone's talking about how good he is, and I just don't get it.
He's got
Like,
them Pepe crosses.
Like, I've seen him; he has got techniques. Don't get me wrong, but you need more than that.
Right.
And against a team like Atletico Madrid, I know Dan said like they might be pressing more and he might have more space, but on the flip side, the Atletico's defense are going to be all over him, and he's not going to get into the game. So I don't
He's going to prove you
that,
wrong
man.
here.
I hope so. I hope so. There you go.
Go on, Timo.
Come on, Turbo Timo.
So what's that? It's a throw-in. It's where Chelsea
Take
want
that.
the ball right now. I
I'll
think.
take that. Just get it up.
Yeah.
Get it out there.
I think they've left. They're going to have to leave themselves open here for a little bit of a counter. They're going to have to commit.
I guess we got to give some credit to Giroud for that finish. as well.
Oh,
100. I told
beautiful.
you. What's the award for the best goal of the
What,
season?
Puskas.
Puskas? Calm
he's
down.
Gonna get the
calm
Puskas.
down.
You might get the Whiskers award.
I'm just playing.
Whiskers.
It's like what I was saying. You know when Werner scored that goal against Newcastle and it was like a shit goal.
Mm.
And he celebrated, and everyone was like, "Should he be celebrating?" And I'm going home. I'm telling my missus I scored a 40-yard banger.
Oh yeah.
He's not gonna. It's not gonna matter, man.
Oh wait, which
Sure,
goal was
sure,
that? That
watch
was
it.
Richarlison, wasn't it? Off the post.
Oh yeah, it was that one too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
talking about Werner against Newcastle.
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
scored that fluffy goal.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, man. We just need to.
Mendy's
It's
got
interesting
clean sheet on his mind.
to run that clock down.
No, there's space. Spaces are going to start opening up, man.
Yeah, I think there is probably going to be another goal in this game.
Mm.
See it.
Werner driving into the box again, cuts it back. First time they've actually gotten a ball all the way into the box there. Out to Hudson-Odoi, chips it
no one
in.
there.
3 defenders at the back post, headed out. Volley in from Ziyech. Chested down. Kante's probably the worst person to have the ball on the edge of the box like that.
Oh,
He'll keep it ticking though.
Yeah.
Who put that ball in?
Is Alonso still on? Who was it? It was a right foot put it in.
Yeah.
oh.
I can't tell by phone.
Who came on? Who came on for Mount and Kovacic? It was Ziyech, and it might have been
Kante.
Ziyech actually that put that ball in.
Kante.
Kante.
Oh, and Kante, yeah. So it was Ziyech that put that ball in, I think.
Yeah, I thought so. That's what I'm saying. That's a Pepe ball. It's too high for anyone to head land
Yeah.
right. You've literally got to get that in from a tight angle if you're going to be on it.
It's almost hitting hope, man.
Yeah.
It's interesting watching Atletico play because Jonathan will know this as a coach. Like they're trying to use every part of the pitch. So just then,
Oh, here he goes. Oh, Rudiger and Suarez squaring up.
Don't get into it. Don't get into it. Don't get
Little
into
bit
it.
of a little bit of a hand to the throat there.
Surprised it didn't go down.
I know, right?
Something's been said here, surely.
Oh.
I don't know what the. Rudiger's very animated.
Is Rudiger like this? Does he?
Yeah, I've never seen Rudiger like that, but I mean, it's Luis Suarez. Like he's just a pain, isn't he, to play against?
Yeah.
Didn't this
Here
happen
we
against
go.
Tottenham?
Oh, look, the hand on the inside of the leg there.
Yeah.
And then he squares up and looks at him like, Suarez is such a shit house.
Yeah. You know what? Really did that well there, mate. No,
Yeah.
he didn't go full Xhaka mode and actually.
Yeah, it was good. It was the finger on the throat, wasn't it, rather than the full palm.
Yeah.
So yeah, Reece James coming on here for Callum Hudson-Odoi. If you are watching along with the stream or with the watch along, and you can sync up your game time, we're on 79 and roughly 45 seconds now, so you can try and sync that up. Pretty good night for Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think.
Yeah,
Solid performance.
Decent. He's been running all game, trying to get him behind. It's a shame that they've never got to him. More often than not.
All cleared out there. Oh, did Felix need to? Poor header there from Ziyech. Madrid maintain possession. There we go, back to the keeper. What is he doing? Why is he heading that out? Handball, apparently. No, not given. Wait for the yellow card tackle to come in here to to end the possession here for Chelsea. Koke, probably.
I'm glad that we just cleared our lines.
Yeah, and with possession. And
Yeah, that's a ball.
Really.
Oh, they're claiming for another handball. He's given this one. Yeah, it's good play from Chelsea.
Yeah.
Correa is coming on as well as Lodi. The triple sub here, maybe.
Yeah.
You get 5, right?
Is it 5? 5
Yeah.
for, yeah.
Champions League.
So Musa Dembele is going to come on.
10 minutes, boy. They got Lucas Torreira there as well, haven't they? He don't get no game time.
Would he get in Arsenal's team this year?
Nah, the manager loves Xhaka for some odd reason. And he's playing Partey, and if you don't play them, he plays Mohamed El sideways. So it's just a bit. Yeah, I don't think he'll play him.
I still feel like Suarez is going to score.
You reckon?
It feels like if he doesn't get it in this game, he'll definitely have a say in the second leg.
Yeah. Thing is, if he gets one chance, it's going in. That's the thing with Suarez. Like that's why he works so well in this team, is because they don't have 20 chances a game like some of the top teams do. He's going to have 1, maybe 2 chances a game, and he's going to put one of them away.
Yeah.
Whereas, Timo Werner here has had about 50 chances this season, scored a couple straight into the side netting like that. Wow, if that's Suarez, even from that tight, acute angle, he's forcing a save at least.
At least. There's Torreira.
Oh, look at Torreira. He is coming.
There he is.
How much did you pay for Werner?
I'll say 50.
Too much, buddy.
Yeah.
Was it
was that a save?
No.
Just into the,
really?
It was given as a corner. So.
Okay, you better take that back.
No.
If that's Suarez, he's scoring.
Yeah.
Oh, here he goes. Yeah. No, he's lining up a volley there.
Yep,
oh, silky skills. Oh. What happened
is
there?
Is that Rudiger?
Yeah, Rudiger with the little flick.
He raised himself so much, man. Like, he does things that he shouldn't be doing. Like shooting from 40 yards and hitting flicks like that and then losing the ball. It's great. Hermoso.
Can't see them getting the goal, you know. Can't see it. Also, when they're sort of settled in for the draw, it's then quite hard to get out of that mindset.
Yeah,
true.
Set up. Obviously, he's making subs. It might be a bit disjointed, but they won't really set up to win the game.
It's interesting about the mindset, like you said earlier, Greg, how they're all good to just sit back and whatever happens, but now you actually see a bit of like emphasis on their play.
Yeah.
Like even then, foul, okay, get the ball down, keep it moving.
Yeah.
Correct. Sorry, you go, Greg.
I was just going to say I'm all too used to it watching Tottenham play shit, passive, semi-defensive football, making an individual error, and then the last 15 minutes turn the tempo up. It's like, no.
Yeah, I was going to say, did Madrid just make 3 consecutive substitutions?
Yeah.
Like all individually as the ball went out of play 3 separate times. They bought one.
To get more.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that a tactic to get the
be
full amount of added time at the end of the game?
Yeah.
Instead of because if you bring all 3 on at once, I guess maybe that only counts as one additional 30-second interval, whereas they've done 3 there. Because it did seem like that, didn't it? It wasn't just an all came on at once. It was
bit by bit.
This
is the problem. We're seeing so much more of this. Like in football, we're seeing so many shitty tactics come into play.
Like with VAR, like timeouts and stuff, isn't it?
It's fucking ruining it because it's like we're not talking about the actual football anymore. It is little things like oh well, he's gone down in the box, yeah, but it's a modern day penalty. It's like little things where it's like the tactics of the game aren't actual tactics. It's all just shitty little bypasses around the rules.
So what's the point of like having a player go off on the other side of the pitch?
What if you
Because
then?
I thought that whole point of them doing that was to cut down the amount of time
Wasted.
wasted on the sub.
Yeah, because
Or
I
is it
mean,
just like a minimum of 30 seconds or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what most football fans would say. That is that if there's a substitution, that's at least 30 seconds of added time. But I don't know if that is an official rule. Pulisic and Havertz, I think, have just come on, haven't they?
Yeah.
So he's throwing on all of the talent Chelsea have got have pretty much played in this game, maybe minus Chilwell and Thiago Silva.
Ooh.
Good ball there.
And
That's
no
a
Tammy
ball.
Abraham either, actually, in this game. Offside given or a foul by the looks of it?
Who have Chelsea got in the Premier League this week, John Aldinho?
United.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a tough game at the moment.
Big.
Yeah. Do another watch along.
Oosh. What day is it? Is it Super Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
Super Sunday. Oh, yeah,
I'll
there we
be
go.
watching
Off the
it anyway
22.
if you want it.
What are you saying? You'll be watching anyway. Yeah, we could do. I'll be up for it.
Puskas award winner.
What's the game?
Yeah, what's Everton's game? Oh, sorry, what's Liverpool's game this week? I feel like they got another tough game. I'm going to look it up.
I feel like Arsenal have a tough game.
Yeah, we got Leicester. That'd be a good game.
Oh, okay.
Vardy to score, place your bets.
Yeah.
He always does.
He loves it.
Yeah, he loves it.
Sunday, you've got Leicester, Arsenal, Palace, Fulham, Spurs, Burnley, Chelsea United, and Sheffield United versus Liverpool. So, if Liverpool lose that one, then they truly are in the dumps. I think they should get 3 points.
What are we saying about Liverpool? Are we saying struggle to get top 4 now at this point?
I think they've got enough quality to turn it around. They're just not playing well at the moment, but that can change.
Mm.
You know, that really can change. I don't know. West Ham, can you really see West Ham?
That can't run. Like we're all London teams. That cannot run.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like whatever team in this circle here finished 4th, whatever. I don't really care. West Ham does not run.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That doesn't sit well with me.
Because City are going to win a league.
Right, yeah.
Leicester or United are going to come second. So let's go United and Leicester.
Right.
Right.
I don't know about Leicester, man.
Yeah, they'll fall off towards the end.
Season.
Do you reckon? They fell off last season. They might.
I think they'll fall off.
Do you reckon? I don't know if they will this time. I think before they were relying so much on Harvey Barnes, not Harvey Barnes, and Vardy. And this time they're not. You know what I mean? They're getting goals from elsewhere.
This is true.
Out. You've got Maddison, who's much more productive this season. You've got Harvey Barnes, who last season, all his shots were being saved, like tip around the post. You know, now he's finding the net. You know, I don't know. I can see them doing it.
Here we go. Chelsea have got a 3-on-2.
Who's got the ball?
Wrong ball from Aspi, I think it was there in the end.
Aspi is so frustrating as a fullback.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he was so far up the pitch there because he's playing essentially the right-sided centre-back at the moment.
6 minutes at a time.
Jesus.
There you go. That's the substitutes working their magic.
Yeah.
And the VAR and the VAR.
Yeah, true.
So crowded and congested there. So crowded. Yeah, no, I'm gonna let's just throw Leicester in there for argument's sake. So then you are looking at West Ham, Spurs, Chelsea, Everton. One from those 4. Okay. Yeah, one from those 4.
Liverpool, did you say?
Liverpool, sorry.
Liverpool, yeah.
Liverpool. So yeah, one from those 5. And
I think United will fall off too, though.
Do you reckon?
Nah, don't, man. They got Fernandes, man. And
Yeah.
they're getting them penalties.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh man, there's something about them. They just
Yeah.
can't put my finger on them. But I don't think they'll be.
That Leicester and United are going to fall off, and who's going to come in? Chelsea.
Yeah, that's what he's getting at, isn't it? He's going around the houses, but that's the plan that he's for him.
I can't see it. I think we're hoping.
I
think we're more hopeful because we all don't want to see West Ham in the Champions League.
That doesn't happen. That's not a sentence that needs ever saying out loud again. That just does not happen, I'm afraid.
Nah.
Yeah, I think West Ham are going to be the ones to fall off, and I think one from the teams we mentioned, and I think potentially it could be Chelsea or Liverpool.
Yeah.
Got to look at the table, to be honest.
Because the thing with Liverpool is that we can all talk about the injuries and the defensive injuries and problems like that for days. It's the fact that in the final third, the decision making and the lack of some games they've looked absolutely toothless.
Ooh.
That's the worrying thing for me, because defensively, yeah, okay, there's that conversation going on, but up front, nothing's drastically changed between that. Yotta's come in, obviously he's injured now, but he was doing bits for them. But beyond that, it's not, that's the worry for me, I think.
Yeah, I think he's been a bit unlucky because he's got Jota and he's probably seen that, I need to freshen up this front three, get him in. And obviously they've signed Minamino to also release some of the pressure, and he's really produced. So they've got that signing wrong. And then they've been unlucky with the injury of Minamino.
No, Minamino's at Southampton, right?
Yeah, he's on loan, isn't he?
Yeah, and then you've got all the injuries on top of it. Yeah, they've just been dealt a load of bad cards. Because I think you're right. You look at the front three and you think you still should be maybe picking up some draws, like 2-2s, rather than just losing.
Right.
Because you can't defend, but you've got these three. But I think Klopp saw that, we've had 3 seasons on the trot of really pushing City and, getting to Champions League finals. Like, they're not going to be able to keep being able to do it. So I want to freshen it up with Minamino and Jota, and neither of them have been able to contribute enough.
Right.
I do think there'd be some of those losses would have been draws or wins if Jota weren't injured. So he was making a massive difference. He was scoring like every game, wasn't he?
Oh, for sure. Oh,
I see the same kind of things that Pep has been doing with Klopp. For example, playing Henderson. He's been playing Henderson and Fabinho centre back, right? At certain times.
Yeah.
And that's what Pep was doing last season by playing Fernandinho centre back.
Yeah, same thing. Though.
Giving himself, I know, but do you think that's funny? Do you think he just conceded the title because they could have strengthened and they got a couple centre backs in, but I guess they're just not good enough to start yet. I don't know.
Who could he have got though in January though? Really, who could you have really got? No one really bought anyone. What was the biggest transfer in January? Probably Odegaard to Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
No one else did any business. Barcelona didn't do any business. Madrid didn't do any business. Of bringing anyone in. City didn't really do any business. So it's maybe they just weren't really the centre backs available and all the funds.
Kicked in his face. Chelsea done a pretty good job here, by the way, closing out this game. We're on 94.
Pulisic is getting battered. He got taken out and then the ball to his face.
Yeah, that reminds me of Batshuayi.
Yeah, off the post.
That was quality.
So it looks like Madrid are going to have one final throw here into the box, or one final free kick where they're going to throw it into the box. And we'll see. He slipped taking the free kick. I think at this point Simeone will be pretty happy with the result, to be honest. I know it's not ideal, but 1-0 is not a huge difference, is it? If they get the first goal in the next leg, then it's all square, and they'll still feel like they've got the quality, I think, to close it out. But a very good result for Chelsea.
Yeah, very good result. Lost me a few quid, but
I did say 1-0.
Yeah, to be fair, he said 1-0 or 2-1. So yeah, quite impressive. Cool. That could be reviewed as a thing, but it won't.
Ooh.
So probably one last kick of the ball, and referee is not going to chase it down. Blow up for full time.
Yeah.
You happy with that, John Aldinho? Good result.
100%.
Not the most exciting game, but a very good result, a very professional performance by Tuchel's Chelsea. Rudiger not happy with Suarez, presumably there at the end, complaining to the referee. But yeah, I think this will be a good second leg. Sets it up pretty perfectly.
Is that Tuchel's first Champions League game with? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Massively.
There'll be a lot of positives to take from that.
Ooh.
For sure. There's a lot of chances created. It is just that finishing touch, which is severely lacking with Werner.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Worryingly so.
I think even getting the ball to him, I think this team is perfect for Fabregas. If you have someone like Fabregas who has that extra bit of quality, then he'll just be running the show. But we don't have anyone like that right now.
Yeah, you've got. I think they're better than the Arsenal midfield, but I think they're similar in the fact that they just kind of run around in a circle, like they're being chased by a little chihuahua, and then they just pass sideways in the middle, don't they? No one actually like looks up and plays like telling forward passes like that break the lines and get people in.
Right.
Just keep possession, keep the ball turning. You can't tackle them. Everyone's like, "Oh, have you seen Kovacic, man? You can't get the ball off him." Yes, because he's good at twisting and turning and keeping the ball away from his man, and he just passes it back to Rudiger. A forward decisive pass, and that's the same with Elneny. Elneny's the same. Like you can never look at Elneny and go, "Oh, terrible. We had an absolute terrible game." He's just there, running around, and then he just passes back like to someone. Doesn't actually progress the ball forward. Yeah.
Not a single shot on target for Atletico.
Yeah, I thought Chelsea were statistically, Chelsea dominated that game. 59% possession, like you say, no shots on target. Chelsea had 5 shots on target. I don't think there can be any complaints from Madrid with that result. Like you say, they I think had settled in for the draw, and they didn't really have an answer when Giroud got that goal. So yeah, I look forward to the return leg. What was the final score in the Bayern game tonight?
I can have a look for you.
I mean, they were 3-0 up at half time. 4-1. Okay, so 4 away goals. That's probably game, set, and match, I would think there. Some results in the Championship: Birmingham 1, Norwich 3, Derby 2-0 against Huddersfield. Any other important results? 1-0 Nottingham Forest away at Rotherham. Norwich look like they're set to bounce back into the Premier League, which I don't think anyone's particularly fussed about that either way. They're a bit of a they're as much of a yo-yo club as Fulham these days. So we'll see where that goes.
Southampton 3-0.
Yes, yeah. Good result for them. I think we will end the stream there. John Aldinho, well done for correctly predicting.
We're letting him have that, are we?
Pretty much. He's pretty much predicted it. So we'll give him that. And yeah, we may be back for the Chelsea game on Sunday, Chelsea Man United. But we'll confirm that on social media this week. If you have joined us at all, thank you very much. I think there's been 84 people by the looks of it that have dropped in and out of the podcast or of the live watch along. So yeah, we'll see you on the next live. Cheers, boys, for being here as well.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
All right, catch you soon. Okie doke. Right.